Hi guys, Will. How you guys doing today? Hey, this is, uh, doomed. Let's talk about if you're doomed if you live in the city. Yeah, if you live in the city, you may be doomed if you haven't prepared. Most folks in the big cities, they don't prepare for anything except their day-to-day tasks. Some folks actually have thought about what would happen, and they have purchased land or something outside the city. But the ones that have not done so are just simply going to have to learn how to survive the city life by preparing with food and water, and hopefully that stuff will last long enough for them to get outside the city when things get really bad. So I guess that would be called, people in the cities would be like zoo animals. They're going to be like caged animals. If we have something like an economic collapse, then the city dwellers will actually need to start being pushed like cattle out into the open spaces. And then in reality, they will not be prepared and or know what to do to know how to survive. So people in the city will actually have to learn how to survive in the outdoors before they ever start being pushed out there. Another thing is, city folks won't really have any of the support that they need when they go out to live out in the wild blue yonder. I guess let's call it the wild blue yonder. So they will have to learn how to form groups more quickly, and I don't think that they'll be prepared to be able to form their groups safely. They'll always have to worry about if they're getting the right people into their group or not. So they will be way out classed by folks that are already prepared. So unless you have done your homework and know how and what to do during the great event, an economic collapse, or God forbid, an EMP or worse, then you will actually just end up being perish in the city. So actually, I agree with Reed on that. Most folks will perish if they live in the city because they just won't have the uh, training, I guess is the correct word, is the only word you can use. They won't have the training to survive, so it will actually turn into a dog eat dog world inside the big cities. Even the cities that aren't very big, but I'm talking about like New York or Detroit or Seattle, something like that. Those people are going to just really have it tough. They're uh, going to be run over by marauders or killers, or the crime that is accumulated in a big city, then you're going to be run by those people. Basically, is my opinion. Okay, all of this that I'm telling you is basically just my opinion. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of your preps, food, water, shelter, any kind of other things, your weaponry and stuff like that. And then if you're living in the city, you want to make sure that you're going outside the city and practicing with the skills that you learn either on the internet or through books, or even if you're on YouTube here watching videos or whatever. You want to make sure that you're going outside the city and you're practicing those things. It's like we had a panel last night. We talked about how to prepare financially for taking on a place outside the city as a homestead or whatever. So if you want some of that information, just simply go back and look at my panel from last night, and you'll be able to see exactly what we're talking about financially. So, that's basically uh, what I wanted to say about his video. Now I want to talk to you guys about some other thoughts that I have. Is that we are in starting to be pretty cold weather. It's coming early this year to where I live, so it's being already like at the zero, below zero at night. So this is when we need to change over our go home bags and make sure that we have all the proper gear in there that we need. You need to start instead of having a lighter bag because it's the summer months. You actually need to add a few pounds to it, and not a lot, because if you get stuck out in the weather, you don't want to have a heavy load to have to carry you to the next place where you can be safe. So what I do is I usually take out all my summertime stuff out of my bag, and I'll be doing a video on this on my bags here next week to show you guys how I pack my bags. But this is just a preamble to it, I suppose. But you want to make sure that you are putting more stuff in than you're taking out. Like you want to make sure you leave your stove in there, whatever kind of stove you have. I have a portable one, and most preppers do. They'll have a small one that they can set up in. If they don't have a small stove, then they have the utensils they need for making a fire to stay warm and to be able to cook on. And that's another thing I'm coming to is you want to make sure that you have some sort of food in there, because if you have to hunker down for like overnight or something to get back to a safe place, you want to make sure that you're going to have the protein and energy you need to get to that next spot, hopefully home. So what you really want to do is you want to keep everything in there from your summertime and then add to it. And by adding to it, I mean adding your spare set of socks. Because if you keep your feet warm, that's pretty. It'll kind of warm up the rest of your body. Also, some sort of covering for your head. If you guys have read any of the articles out there, they'll say if you cover your head, your body pretty much stays warm. Make sure that you're putting in, if you got like summertime hiking gloves and stuff inside your backpack, take those out and replace them with some winter gloves, something that has insulation to them so that if you're in a cold uh, area, then you can keep your hands warm, because you want to be able to work your fingers and stuff so that you can build your fires or whatever else may come up. Also, you want to put in there is you want to make sure that you're putting in there hand warmers. I don't care what you choose to use, whether it be those Zippo metal ones that you just put a little white gas or lighter fluid in, or whether you go out and you buy those ones at Walmart or the sporting goods store where you just break them and they get warm. Because you can slip those things inside your gloves, and that will make sure that you stay warm while you're out trying to get back to your home base or your home or whatever. So these are just things you want to add in instead of taking out for your wintertime go home bag, and you want to make sure that you're make sure you have some sort of candy bar or trail mix, something like that that you can eat while you're walking, and that gives your body that energy it needs to keep going. Also, you want to make sure that you have adequate footwear on. So if you have a pair of tennis shoes on when you're in your car and you're traipsing around and something happens where you have to get out of your vehicle and walk, make sure you have a sturdy pair of shoes located inside your vehicle so that you can switch from, say, your tinny runners to a pair of nice insulated boots that will not allow you to get cold and have to stop or anything. So these are all just things that you really need to be thinking about now that wintertime is coming upon us. Get that word out. Now that winter's coming upon us, because without these things in your bag, this could mean the difference between life and death, or even not maybe not death, but it could give you a frostbite, or there could be several things that can happen to you, and it would be detrimental to your health. So as I said, this is the winter. We're coming up on the winter. I believe that all across the world, we are actually going to have a more severe winter than usual. So make sure that you are keeping all these things in your bag in your car. I do. That's what I do. My go home bags usually are not even in my home. I put them out in the Jeep, and that way, if something happens to me when I'm out running around, or God forbid we have some sort of attack or something, then you have something, at least something, to get you from point A to point B, where you can start thinking about what to do next. Okay, so we've covered all that I had planned on covering for today. But I want you guys to know now that winter time's upon us. We need to start thinking in that mindset and make sure that we are keeping our cool. You know, make sure that you're having all the right things that you need in that go home bag. It doesn't have to be expensive stuff. Remember, it can be stuff that you can find around your house. There's got to be a few things that you may need to have separate, and it all depends on what you can afford. So don't don't let somebody talk you into going out and spending a lot of money that you don't need. Try to stay within your budget, because if you don't stay within your budget, you can't save those pennies you need to go out and start your own place outside the city, which is called homesteading or farming, or whatever else you want to call it. But anyway, that's what I really have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. And remember, today's Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great Veterans Day. Thanks to all the veterans. And tomorrow morning is the Grow Channel, 9 a.m. to 11:30. Come and have your channel showcased. If you come up on the wheel, you win a way of getting your showcase. Also, remember, you can send me a selfie either at Twitter in prepping hashtag Monkey Rich Crew, or even in my email of you watching the show. And if you send me an email, make sure in the subject line you put hashtag Monkey Rich Crew, so I know that there's a photo for me to pull out of there to showcase up on the show. All right, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope it's all good for you. Uh, Gonna try to start making more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, God bless you, and I'll see you out there.